What are frames? Frames are a different way of looking at how the world, organizations, and people interact with each other. They may appear to be rigid, but no one is locked into having just one frame. Personally, I am heavily blue structural, but I also favor the red political frame. These new perspectives allow one to see the hidden factors that we have never seen before when interacting with others. Have you ever questioned why someone does a certain thing a certain way, has a certain belief, or talks differently from others? These new understandings can be unveiled through frames. Most people are so locked in with their point of view, they never stop to think about how others view, interact with the world from other people's perspectives. In this class, we have learned about four frames: the blue structural, the red political, the yellow symbolic, and the green human resources. The colors describe the personal frames, and the others describe the organizational frames. These frames each have their own strengths and weaknesses. A blue structural person will work very well when confined into a set of instructions, while a yellow symbolic person will feel caged at the lack of options and creativity. By understanding how each person has their strengths and weaknesses based off of frames, we can better learn to cooperate with each other and understand others' perspectives, while also changing our own ideas and perspectives. This is called reframing. After taking the personality test and analyzing my own actions, I found that I'm in the blue personal frame. I always want a very strict schedule and a direct order of operations to follow. Before I ever purchase anything, I spend time price matching between stores and finding the exact product specifications to weigh the cost and benefits of the item. This is my usual procedure of how I do almost everything in my life. I'm a very rational person, and I like having data to support my decisions. The strengths of being in the blue frame allow me to analyze and gather data about almost anything. I tend to thrive in a rigid environment, and I like there to be order to everything. So, in an organization that is structured and has clear boundaries, I thrive in. There are weaknesses that I have discovered, though. I struggle to interact with people who are in the yellow frame. I get frustrated when dealing with someone who would rather spend their time being creative and thinking of all the creative possibilities under the sun and jumping straight in rather than staying calm, completing the task at hand, and collecting data to make an informed decision. The yellow frame people that I would work with would want to jump headfirst into everything before analysis, and it really annoyed me. But then I came to learn why they did that from this class. When there's an organization where everything is run based off of controlled chaos, I really begin to struggle due to the lack of structure. This helped me realize my own weaknesses in my blue frame of mind. That is, my lack of creativity that yellow has an abundance of. I get so caught up doing everything by the books every time that I actually end up missing out on exploring possibilities and innovative solutions. By understanding where I have these personal weaknesses, I can grow and improve. I've used this in my other group teamwork class that I'm taking this semester so that I can provide more structure but also a balance of creativity for my group as a blue person. Frames are crucial for leaders to understand in organizations. The people are the essentials and the backbone of any company, and every person has their own individual needs to be met. Forcing someone who's in the green human resources frame or the yellow symbolic frame to lead and direct others is somewhat oppositional to their personality and actions than it would be for a red political frame person. Leaders need to recognize how to fit the needs of each of their coworkers. Otherwise, problems will begin to occur with people who are in roles that do not match their capabilities and behaviors. However, some people are more flexible than others, and leaders need to be very flexible. They need to be able to change how they interact and order others on the fly to accommodate how each person will perceive their actions by reframing. The red political frame people are not being mean when they start ordering others around. They just want action. However, to someone in the green frame, they'll feel as if they're being pushed around. A red political leader can accommodate the green frame person by framing a demand as a request or using a warmer tone. For my personal leadership, I believe that my primarily blue frame is the most critical, followed by red. These two frames combined allow me to gather data, refine my thinking, and make sure things get done. These have been the most successful for me when accomplishing schoolwork, but less effective when I have to interact with people who are not blue or red frame at my job and school. The most difficult frame for me to focus on is the yellow symbolic frame. I struggle so much with symbolic people because I am so task and action oriented that I cannot work well with people who are pretty much the opposite of that. My second worst is the green human resources frame because I struggle with trusting others. I have been successful so far based mostly from my own accomplishments and merit, but it will not be like that forever. It's crucial for me to get used to trusting and working with others. This gives me the opportunity to change how I interact with people from the yellow and green frame so that I can accomplish more with them as a cooperative team that is not struggling over small differences in personalities, but instead working together